pupils, parents, and guardians, let me start by thanking you for being a part of all our remote learning platforms, particularly our television program, The Classroom in Your Home. Each feedback has been awesome. Good job, you. Our teachers have been working assiduously to bridge the learning loss during this critical period. Therefore, I am pleased to inform you that the Classroom in Your Home has been extended to accommodate the lower primary classes and a dedicated lesson to cater for our special needs pupils in line with our mandate of providing an all-inclusive and quality basic education in our dear state. Please encourage your wards to tune in and take every advantage of this laudable program. Also remember, this pandemic is not over. Let us continue to abide by all health and safety guidelines as stipulated by the government. At LASUBEB, we are determined to leave no child behind in our quest to improve the standard of basic education in our state. Thank you.
Hey, W, E, S, O, M, E, you are awesome, awesome. Totally. For the best reasons, children. We know and we believe in awesome pupils like you. And so this program tagged The Classroom in Your Home has been specially designed for you. This program, like we earlier said, called Classroom in Your Home, has been packaged by Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board, LASUBEB. This is to ensure that no child is left behind. And this edition is for lower primary classes. I am Aunty Lola, and I'll be taking you through English studies, which are called communication class. And I have Aunty Tinu.
Hello, amazing pupils. I am Aunty Tinu, your mathematics teacher.
Right, and Uncle Sheyi.
Hello, wonderful pupils. I am Uncle Sheyi. I will be taking you through general studies class.
Right, and in trial, we bring you the classroom in your home. Please relax and learn. As an English learner, you sometimes experience some problems while reading a storybook or even while listening to a radio station or watching a TV program. You know that problem, right? New words, vocabulary. And today I will be teaching you how you can learn those new words. In fact, steps to take to recollect those words while talking and how you can identify them in sentences. You're welcome to our English Studies program today, which is our communication class. And as I've said earlier, we'll be looking at how to use new words in sentences or even how to identify them in sentences. But first, as our ritual, we would be looking at our learning objective, okay? Now, by the end of the lesson, you should be able to mention steps involved in using new words. So let's jump right in. First, I'll be mentioning those steps you need to take while you are learning new words. First, you need to select. Don't worry, I'll be explaining them as the lesson goes. First, you need to select, okay? Second, you need to memorize, okay? You need to visualize. How do you visualize new words? Okay, we will be looking at that also. The fourth one, you need to apply. And the fifth, review. Let's list them again. Let's list the steps again. Select. Are you repeating after me? Select, okay. Memorize. Memorize, good. Visualize. Are you repeating? Visualize, okay. Apply. Repeat. Apply. Then review. Repeat. Review. Okay, so let's move to the first step, which is select. Select, okay. How do you select new words? Okay, you can select words from TV shows you watch, okay. You can select words from movies you watch, Or from books. Books can be a storybook, books can be a dictionary, okay, from magazines, or from newspaper you read, or something you may already have inside of you, which is your brain, something in your brain. Then after finding such word, you need to find the synonym of that word. Okay, you recall we've treated synonym before, and we said synonym is like the twin of that word with same meaning. Of course, the spelling will be different. Are you with me? So after finding that word, you find the synonym. Now, this is an example to it. Tired. Of course, we all know tired. Perhaps after a very long day, you are tired. And so we want to find the synonym of that tired. It is exhausted. Exhausted. And so if you meet exhausted in a word, you shouldn't see it as a very big word, since you've already know the synonym of that word. Okay, so let's look at this example. An example is tired. You've already known that word tired before, right? But then you read a book and you met weak, you met stressed, exhausted. Okay, if you've practiced that word tired, finding the synonym of that word earlier on, of course, meeting the following words we've stated here won't be a problem. You agree with me, right? Because you've been able to find or select words that fit in with the word tired. Are you with me? Okay, so after select, what is the next thing? Memorize. How do you memorize, children? You can find the meaning of the word you have selected earlier on and keep thinking about it repeatedly over and over again. And then what will you do? You can make a flashcard and write the word you have selected. The essence is to retain that particular word in your memory. The flashcard, I say, flashcard is maybe cutting a cardboard, okay, in a squared or rectangular shape, okay, or cutting a paper, okay, just to write that word on it, and you can return back to it when you want to revise. Okay, the next thing you can do again after memorizing is visualize. Visualize, I said visual aid. Now you've selected a word, okay? You've put it down in a flashcard. You can now select an image or draw an image that can fit with the word, and then think about the word to see what pops into your mind. Okay, earlier on we cited an example of tired, and now you think about it. Okay, tired, how can I recall other words that goes with tired? You can draw a tired boy or a tired girl, okay, just to have an idea of what you are reading about, of exhausted or stressed. Good, that is a way you can visualize that word, or think about that word. How can I use this word in sentence? Oh, okay, if I'm talking about this particular thing, how can I keep that new word inside it? Visualize. The next thing you can do is to apply. You need to use the vocabulary word in a sentence. Now I know you might start a sentence, or while conversing with someone, you started fine with those new words, but in between you just got tired. It happens to me too, children. You can get tired of that word, but a simple trick to it is to keep revising, keep applying, and never get tired of that particular word you want to use. And the essence is to see how well you've been able to understand that word. Okay, you have selected maybe 3 words for today that you want to learn on that new word, and you now thought about it. How will I recall this thing? Okay, if I'm conversing with my dad or my mom or my friend, I can actually use this word in this particular way. That is a fine way of applying that new word. Okay, let's look at this example to that. After playing the football match, I got exhausted and went to sleep. After playing a football match, You got exhausted. Another word for exhausted is what? Is tired. You already have tired in your brain already. And so another word to it is exhausted. So simple, right? It will be easy as time goes by. And the fifth one is review. Review. Now you've been able to go through the steps down to this level and you want to review them. How do you do that? You need to check all the previous steps and see what step you need to practice more. Okay? Another way you can do that is to set a timer and brings the words on the flashcards and the image flashcards you've researched on to recall all you've learned. Okay, the flashcards you've been able to do, maybe you did it on day 2 or day 3 of those weeks you want to use to learn new words. You bring it together. You bring the images too, the image flashcards you've drawn. You combine both together and you will just see that you are getting it. Okay, review. And those are the 5 steps you need to use while learning new words. Now, children, for yes, as a proof you've been following, I want you to answer this question. Mention 2 steps you need to take when learning a vocabulary or new words. 2 steps, just 2. You have 30 seconds to put that down and your time starts now. Eyes on me, and it's time to get the correction to this evaluation. It is time. So what have you been able to put down? Is it select? Is it memorize? Visualize? Apply? Review? If you've been able to put 2 out of these 5 steps into your books, you deserve to be celebrated. Okay, and now to your assignment. You put this down also. Write the meaning of the following words. Now, for you to get this word, it looks big, right? Yes. You have a dictionary, you can make use of it. You have a phone, you can also make use of your phone to check the meaning of this word. You can get a smaller word to it. Okay. Number 1, enormous. 2, furious. 3, delicious. And 4, timid. Okay. Don't forget to use the 5 steps I've given you in today's lesson. I am waiting for you. I want you to put that down. Please do not miss any letter while writing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we move to the next segment, which is can fix it. Oh, can you fix it? What are we fixing today, Auntie Lola? Okay, it is just the simple quote. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Children, my friends, have you ever seen any magic taking you from where you are to another state? Not possible, right? Even Superman in that cartoon cannot do that. Have you ever seen anyone that has not gone to school before or that have not gone to school before getting to university level and coming out with flying colors? It is not possible. Have you also seen a child that have never read a book before from the beginning of the term to the end of that term never opened his or her book, and you expect that child to be the first student or the first pupil in that class, it is not possible. There are no shortcuts to anywhere you're going, to any place worth going. To be the first pupil in the class, to be the best pupil in class, it's not about being the first pupil anyway. It's not about being the second pupil. But excelling and becoming successful, there are no shortcuts to it. You need to pass through every stages. You need to learn, you need to read, you need to revise, you need to apply. Then that place you're going, the successful person you want to become, it will worth the pain. It will worth the pain. And that is how far we can go on today's lesson. We started from learning new words, the steps to it, 5 steps. And now to this quote, there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Do not forget, children, that today is a new day. Learn something new. It is time for our mathematics class with Auntie Tino. See you.
Welcome to today's mathematics class. When I say mathematics time, you say fun time. Mathematics time, fun time. And like always, today's mathematics class promises to be fun. You are excited, right? Yes, I am excited too. I am Auntie Tinu. Yes, I have not changed my name. I am Auntie Tinu. Today I will be teaching counting from 1,000 to 9,999. Yes, are you ready? What is the purpose of today's lesson? What do I expect you to be able to do, to know at the end of today's lesson? By the end of the lesson today, you should be able to count in thousands up to 9,999. State place value of a digit in numbers up to 9,999. Let's begin. Let's begin. Let's count in thousands. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. You will notice there's a slight change in our numbers from last lesson. What's changing? Yes, today's numbers have 4-digit numbers, and that is why we call them thousands. Yes, a 4-digit number is called thousand. So let's count in thousands again. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. It must be 3 zeros. Are we together? Yes, when writing thousands, it must be 4 digits. And if I ask you to write 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, or any thousand, it's either 1 and 3 zeros, 2 and 3 zeros, 4 and 3 zeros. So 1,000 is 4-digit number. Are we together? Yes, together we are. You will notice that today's numbers have 4 digits. 4-digit numbers are called 1,000. Good job, you. Yes. Fill in the missing numbers. Now let's work together. Yes, we are going to fill in the missing numbers together. From 1,000. 1,101. Can you see I wrote mine? Yes. 1,102, 1,103, 1,104. Are we together? 1,105, 1,106, 1,107, 1,108. Are we together still? Yes, together we are. 1,109. 1,010. Pupils, are you following? Yes, let's continue. 1,040. Yes. 1,041. 1,042. 1,043. 1,044. 1,045. 1,046. 1,047. 1,048. 1,049. 1,050. Yes. Did you write from 1,000 to 1,050 with me? Good job, you. Now let's write from 1,100 to 1,130. 1,100. 1,101. 1,102. 1,103. 1,104. 1,105. 1,106. 1,107. 1,108. 1,109. 1,110. Can you see it? Yes. 1,120. 1,121. 1,122. 1,123. 1,124. 1,125. 1,126. 1,127. 1,128. 1,129. 1,130. Good job, us. Yes, good job, you, and good job, me. Now, what's the difference between writing from 1,000 to 1,050 and writing from 1,100 to 1,030? The difference is when we were writing from 1,000 to 1,050, we had 0 in the middle. Yes, 1,001, 2 zeros. Yes, 1,022, 1 0 in the middle. But here, 1,101, we have 2 ones, 1 0 and 1. Then 1,109, 1109 against 1009. Are we together? Don't be confused. You will still get what I'm trying to say. Let's move on. Place value up to 9,999. Place value up to 9,999. Remember that place value is the position a digit occupies in a number. The position a digit occupies in a number. Each digit in a number has a title depending on where it is positioned, depending on where it is standing. Are we together? Each digit in a number has a title depending on where it is standing. Don't worry, I will explain what I mean by where it is standing. Let's see. Examples. A single digit number 0 to 9 is placed under the ones or units column. Single digits. Let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are single digits, and they are placed under the ones or units column. And they are placed under the ones or units columns. The second digit in a two-digit number, 10 to 99, is placed under the tens column. 10, 11, 56, 75, 89, and so on. The second digits, 1, 5, 7, 8, are placed under the tens column. The third digit in a three-digit number, it can be four-digit number, but the third digit, counting from the units, are placed or is placed under hundreds. 345, 11, 111, 735 265. The third digit, let's count. 1 2 3. The third digit is placed under the 100 column. 111. The third digit, the third digit, the third digit. They are always placed under the hundreds column. They are placed under the hundreds column. Remember, we are talking about thousands today. So the fourth digit in a four-digit number, it can be 5 digits, it can be 6-digit number. Yes, you start counting from the units or from the ones. The fourth digit are placed or is placed under the thousand column. 4 digits: 7315 2222 3105. 1 2 3 4. The fourth digits: 1 2 3 4. The fourth digits: 1 2 3 4. The four digits are always placed under the thousand column. The fourth digit is placed under the thousand column. Examples. Find the place value of these numbers. 5208. Let's assume we don't know how to call these numbers. After finding the place value, then it will be very easy for us to call it. Remember, the first number to the right is the ones or units column. Yes, so I've identified my units or ones. That's 8. The second number is the tens. I've identified my tens. The third number is the hundreds. I've identified my 100. And the fourth number is the thousand. And I have identified my thousand. So now let's write it out. 8 is the ones or units. So under the ones or units column, we place our number 8. Under the tens column, we place our 0. Under the 100 column, I'll place my 2. And under the thousand column, I place my number 5. Now let's place them. Yes. Now I have thousand, hundred, tens, and ones. Remember, ones and units is the same thing. The first number is 5,000. 5,000, yes. 200. Remember, 5,000 has 3 zeros. 200 has 2 zeros. Yes. Tens. We had 0 in our tens, so 0 means nothing. And 8. And we can get the number back. 8025. And it's so easy to call it. 5,208. Why did I say and 8? Because the tens column had 0. And 0 means nothing. So when you find 0 in the tens or units column, or thousand column, when we start talking about 10 of thousand, you call it and. Yes, when you find 0 in the tens column, the 100 column, the thousand column, or the tens of thousand column, when we start teaching tens of thousand, you call it and. Are we together? So 5,208. So simple. 5,208. Let's move forward. Now, this number 7594, how do we call it? Yes, let's identify our ones. My 4 is my 1. It will be placed under the ones column. Remember, you start from the right, from the first number on the right. So the first number on my right is 4, and I place it under the ones column. My second digit is 9, and I place it under the tens column. The third number is placed under the hundreds column, and the last number is placed under the thousand column. Now we can write it out. 4 is ones or units, yes. 9 is our tens, 5 is our hundreds, and 7 is our thousands. Yes, now let's place them under the thousand, hundred, tens, and units. The first number is 7,000, yes. 500, 94. And we can write it out. 4957. Now it's very easy to call. Just call it as you've written it out. 7,594. 7,594. Are we together? Say, together we are. Good job, you. Now do this. How well have you been following today's lesson? Show me now. It's evaluation time, it's assessment time. It's assessment time, it's classwork time. Place the following numbers under 1,000, 100, tens, and ones. You have 1 minute 30 seconds to do this, and your time starts now. Pens down and eyes on me. It's 1 minute 30 seconds and it's time up. Yes, place the following numbers under 1,000, 100, tens, and ones. This number 8756, we don't know how to call it, so let's place them under place values so that it can be so easy to call the number. Remember, the first number to the right is placed under the unit or ones column. The 5 is placed under the tens column. The 7 is placed under the 100 column, and the 8 is placed under the 1,000 column. Now we can write it out. Number 6 is under the ones or units column. Yes. 5 is our tens. 7 is our hundreds, and 8 is our 1,000. So simple. Now let's write it out under 1,000, 100, tens, and units, or tens and ones. 8,000, yes. 750. Auntie Tinu, how did you get 50? Remember, we had 5 tens. 5 tens also means 50. Are we together? Yes, together we are. 50. 0 is the ones column. Remember, we don't put any number under the ones column when we are writing for tens alone. Yes, that's how I got my 50. Then our ones column is 6. We can write it out. 6, 5, 7, 8. Now let's call the number 8,756. 8,756. So simple. Number 2, 5167. The first number to the right is our ones column. The second number is the tens. The third number is the hundreds. And the last number is the thousands. We can write it out. 7 is under the ones or units column. Yes. 6 is under the tens column. 1 is under the hundreds column, and 5 is under the thousands column. Let's write it out under 1,000, hundreds, tens, and ones. Yes. 5,000, 100, 60, and 7. We can write it out. 7615. Now let's call it 5,167. 5,167. Did you get the two sums correctly? Now let's roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, and let it go. You are great. You are great. You are awesome. And I love you so much. Yes. Assignment time. Remember, you must do Auntie Tinu's homework. Place the following numbers under thousand, hundred, tens, and ones. You have 20 seconds to capture this homework now, and your time starts now. Pens down, it's 20 seconds, it's time up, yes. Remember to do your homework. If you do your homework and submit in time, you will be entitled to win a pack of Good Life Magic Juice. You love it, right? I love it too. And that's all for today. Yes, we have come to the end of another amazing mathematics time. Uncle Sheyi will soon be here for the General Studies class. Bye-bye.
Hello, pupils. You're welcome to another exciting segment of the program, The Classroom in Your Home. And today we will be looking at measurement of length in basic science. I am your teacher, Uncle Sheyi. But before we go into today's class, let's have correction to our previous homework. All right, in our last class, we were asked to mention 3 places where noise pollution can occur. 3 places that noise pollution can occur include schools, homes, and parks. And I know you got that correctly. You deserve a chair. Well done. Beautiful. So in basic science today, we will be looking at measurement of length. All right, and by the end of the lesson, you should be able to define measurement, and also you should be able to mention 3 instruments for measurement of length. 3 instruments that we use in measuring length. All right, so what is measurement? What is measurement? Measurement is the process of associating numbers with physical quantities. All right, measurement is the process of associating numbers with physical quantities. All right, and as you can see on the board, you can see this is a tape rule, and you can see numbers. So as we are using this tape rule to measure, we associate physical quantities with the numbers. All right, as we move forward in the class, you would understand better. Okay. And it is also the process of finding a number that shows the amount of something. Finding a number that shows the amount of something. Okay? Now let's look at these questions. I want to ask you these questions and I need you to reply. Okay? How old are you? How tall are you? And what is your shoe size? All right? You will agree with me that for you to answer those questions, you will need to measure, okay? For you to know how tall you are, for you to know the size of your shoe, in fact, for you to know how old you are, you need to measure, okay? To find out how old you are, you need to measure time, okay? And that is why we have assigned months, we have assigned years. So in calculating how old you are, we assign the numbers you add or you subtract to know how old you are, you see. So we need numbers to associate, we need numbers and we need to associate it with physical quantities to measure, okay? Also, to know how tall you are, we need to measure your height. And as you can see on the screen, you can see a mother measuring the height of her son, okay? And to answer the last question, to know your shoe size, you need to measure your foot. Okay, you need to measure your foot. You need to know the length and the width. All right. Now we have learned the meaning of measurement, so you can define measurement. All right. So let's look at length. What is length? Length is the distance between one point of an object to another point of the same object. Okay, length is the distance between one point of an object to another point of the object. For example, on the screen we can see a guitar on the screen. Now the length of the guitar is from this point to the other point of the guitar. All right. Okay, so this is the length of the guitar. All right. Example, another example. Let's look at the length of this pencil. The length of this pencil. As you can see, this pencil is 7 centimeters long. Can you see that? It is what? 7 centimeters long. All right. So that is the length of this pencil. So we have ascribed the number 7 centimeters to the length of the pencil. Okay. Good job, you. Also, let's look at the length of a classroom floor. As you can see, the pupils in the class, they are measuring the length of the classroom floor. Okay. So pupils, when you get to your classroom too, you can also measure the length of your classroom floor. Okay. All right. Now let's look at the screen. Length is also the distance between two places. Length is also the distance between two places. For example, between the sitting room to the toilet, you should be able to know the length. Okay. From your school to your home, you should be able to know the distance, which is the length, all right, that you will travel. Okay, pupils. And as you can see, this is the distance from this point to another. Distance from home to school, just like I said earlier. Okay. Distance between two cities, from Lagos to Ibadan. All right, Lagos to Ibadan. Length is measured in centimeters, meters, kilometers, feet, and miles. Length is measured in centimeters, meters, kilometers, feet, and miles. Okay. So you can have 2 miles, can have 3 miles, can have 3 kilometers, you can have 2 meters, depending on how long the distance between the 2 points are. Okay. Now let us look at instruments for measuring length. Instruments for measuring length. What can we use in measuring length? We can use a ruler. We can use measuring tape, as you can see. In fact, some of your tailors, when they want to sew your clothes, they use this measuring tape. You can use measuring tape. You can use a meter scale. A meter scale is a little bit longer than the normal ruler. Okay. You also have meter tape measure. Meter tape measure is very long, very long. Okay. So we use it in measuring a very long length. All right. Handspan. I remember while I was in school, anytime we want to play table soccer on our desk, we use handspan to measure the post. I don't know if you are still doing that, also pupils. So we use handpan to also measure very short distance. So we use handspan. All right. Also, we use foot span to measure goal posts. When we want to play football, we just use our feet to measure the goal post. As a matter of fact, if you watch football, you will have seen the referee, when they want to play a free kick, the referee uses the foot span to measure the distance between the points where the football is and where the other team will put the wall. Okay, so foot span is also an instrument for measuring. Now, pupils, I will want you to watch this video, all right? Listen attentively, and I will be back, all right?
Let's understand what length is and how to measure it. The word length is used to measure how long an object is. For example, length of the classroom floor, length of the blackboard, length of a pencil, etc. It is also used to measure distances. For example, distance from your home to school, distance between two cities or countries. Measuring length. We can use the hand span, the foot span, or the cubit to measure smaller lengths. What do you mean by hand span? Hand span is the distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the little finger on an outstretched hand. Lisa is measuring her maths textbook with the help of hand span. Let's measure 1, 2. So, the length of her maths textbook is 2 hand spans. Now, let's see what you mean by foot span. Foot span is the distance from the tip of the toe to the heel of the foot. Look, Lisa is measuring the length of the classroom with her foot spans. Let's measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So, the length of the classroom is 20 foot spans.
Alright, pupils, you're welcome back from the short video. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, you've learned about hand span, leg span, and all that. Okay, now is your evaluation. I will be asking you questions on everything that you've been taught, and I believe you are going to get all the answers to the questions correctly, okay? So pick your pen and open your books, and let's write this down. Question number 1. Dash is the process of associating numbers with physical quantities. So what is that? That is the process of associating numbers with physical quantities. Number 2. Name 3 instruments for measuring length. 3 instruments for measuring length. I will give you 50 seconds to answer the questions, okay? So your time starts now. All right, pupils, your time is up. So stop writing, stop, pens down, stop writing. All right, so listen and pay attention. Dash is the process of associating numbers with physical quantities. Measurement. Measurement is the process of associating numbers with physical quantities. If you got that correctly, please give a tick. Number 2, name 3 instruments for measuring length. Instrument for measuring length. We said ruler, measuring tape, meter scale, and span, foot span, and so many others. If you have written 3 out of the ones on the board, you are correct and you should give a tick. All right? Have you done that? Okay, if you scored 1/2 or 2 out of 2, you deserve a chair. You deserve a chair. Well done. You are wonderful pupils, okay? All right, now put down your assignment. And what is the question? It is a simple one. What is length? What is length? All right? And if you are able to submit this assignment in time, you will be getting a pack of Good Life magic juice. Okay? Have you copied it? All right, let's go to our favorite aspect of the program. Did you know? 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 All right. In our last class, I remember I asked you what is the name of the first higher institution in Nigeria, and we said it is Yaba College of Technology, which was established in the year 1947. All right. Now, higher institution, Yaba Tech is not a university. All right. But the question now is, what is the name of the first university in Nigeria? What is the name? What's the name? All right. The first university in Nigeria is the University of Ibadan. University of Ibadan, and it was established in 1948. 1948. All right. Yes, Ibadan is the first university in Nigeria. Okay. And that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed your time with me. I had a great time. In fact, I don't feel like leaving. We have to go. Until next time that I will be meeting with you again. Uncle Sheyi says, be good. Ciao, ciao.
Today's class was awesome. Uncle Sheyi, do you agree with me?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It was fantastic. I enjoyed my time with the pupils, and their prompt submission of their homework and their comments and questions is commendable.
In fact, I also noticed that some were unable to watch the program
Yes,
the time
yes.
it's being heard. But do you know, children, that you can rewatch the program on Lagos Subeb Facebook page? Yes, on Lagos Facebook page, Lagos Subeb Facebook page, you can watch the program again. And of course, we are there live for you to watch.
Don't forget to send in your comments, question, and homework to the number on the screen. The number is 081-5086-5663. Yes, send in your homework, comments, and any other thing you want to tell us about the program. Do you love your family and friends? If you love your family and friends, you must stay safe for them and for you especially. To stay safe for everyone you love.
Wash your hands regularly.
Practice social distancing.
Yes, eat lots of fruit. Do lots of exercises. Do your homework, and above all, stay safe. Till we come your way next lesson, remember, at Last Subeb,
We leave no child behind.